Welcome to lesson 2.2, the true cost of a dozen pastries. So in the last lesson, we talked about how underpricing hurts our families. Not because anyone is careless, but because the real cost of the work is invisible. So, now let's make it visible. Let's take the cost of maybe a dozen pastries. Most bakers can tell you what the ingredient costs are pretty quickly. Flour, sugar, butter, eggs, maybe some chocolate chips, things like that. Add it all up, round it off, and it becomes the price in their head. But ingredients aren't the only thing. They're only the smallest piece of the cost. What you're selling is the process. And every step in that process costs something, even if no money changes hands. So, let's walk through it together. We all know that a dozen pastries does not start in the oven. It starts with planning, thinking through orders, checking your inventory, adjusting your quantities, answering messages. That's time, sometimes a lot of time. Then comes sourcing, shopping, price comparisons, the driving, unloading. That's time and energy. Then you have prep, measuring, the mixing, the scooping, cleaning as you go so the kitchen stays usable. And that's focus and physical effort. Then the actual baking. Monitoring the temperatures, rotating the trays, adjusting for humidity and equipment quirks, staying present so that nothing burns. That's attention and stress. Then you have cooling, packing, the labeling, and storing. That's even more time. Then you have communication, confirming pickup times, answering the questions again, coordinating schedules. That's also emotional labor. And finally, there's recovery. The dishes, the sore back, the wiped counters, the mental come down after production. That's a cost too. Now, here's the part most bakers forget about when they go to the count. What did that dozen pastries take away from? It took away time from your partner, your spouse. It took away your rest, a quiet evening, a slower morning. When the prices don't reflect this full picture, you don't feel it right away. You just feel tired. And when you're tired, you start making decisions from depletion instead of clarity. You say yes faster, you hesitate to raise prices, you tell yourself, I just need to sell more. But more volume doesn't fix a broken price. It just hides it for longer. So here's an important truth. Hear it loud and clear. If your price only covers your ingredients, your body becomes the unpaid labor. If your price only covers time, your family absorbs the overflow. And if your price doesn't include recovery, burnout is pretty much guaranteed. Now, it's important to remember that pricing isn't about guessing what customers will tolerate. It's about honoring the real work or the real cost of the work. This doesn't mean that every dozen pastries or every dozen cookies needs to feel heavy or complicated. It means your pricing needs to tell the truth. The truth about effort, the truth about energy, the truth about what this business takes from your household. So in the next lesson, we'll look at why competitive pricing often pushes bakers further into burnout, and how to stop comparing your prices to other people who aren't running your life. But for now, let's take a step here, and first let's remember, a dozen pastries is never just a dozen pastries. It's a chain of choices, energy, and time. And when your price is honest, you're not being selfish. You're being sustainable. So pause here. We'll do a short little exercise, and then we'll keep building from something solid. With this lesson, go in with your spouse or with your partner, or on your own if you're doing this by yourself. And there's a short little action step under this video. Start out with 3 products and calculate the true time that it costs, identify that margin, and adjust the pricing accordingly. No perfection is required right now, just honesty. When you're ready, see you in the next lesson.